Well, I did say if the Japanese tuners car video did well, I might consider doing one for both European and American tuners. Well, here it is, the European version. I also want to thank all of my Instagram followers for suggesting some of the videos featured here on this video. And if you're not following me yet, make sure and drop me a follow, that way next time when I need suggestions, you're able to participate. Real quick guys, before the video begins, don't click away just yet, just give me a few seconds. Some of you have been asking when will I be planning to release merchandise for the channel. Well, the time is now. I partnered with Bonfire to create limited time only merchandise in celebration of 50,000 subscribers here on Vehicle Virals. It's so common to find all my viewers arguing in the comment section about which car is better, which inspired me to create the design, All Cars Matter. Essentially diversity for cars. I work very hard guys to make this happen and I hope you all like it. Link will be in the description section below if you're interested in supporting the channel by purchasing something. The merchandise is only going to be available for 10 days, so if you're interested, make sure and act fast. Now, let's begin. The first European tuner car on the list is the Volkswagen Golf R32. When you think of hot hatch, it's almost impossible not to think of the R32. Straight from the factory, it came with a lowered suspension, beefier brakes, a deep front spoiler, and equipped with twin exhaust. Performance delivery is one of its strong suits. It's not what the R32 does, but how it does it. Unlike the modern turbocharged Golf R, the R32 comes equipped with a 3.2 liter VR6 naturally aspirated engine. And for those of you that weren't aware, yes, it carries a V6, a 15-degree V angle for space saving. Fully stock, it produces 240 horsepower and 236 pound-feet of torque, which pushes the R32 from 0 to 60 in around 5.8 seconds. Back in 2004, that was amazing. As a comparison, modern Volkswagen GTIs perform around the same 0 to 60 time. The R32 definitely was ahead of its time and made all the power without being turbocharged, which explains why so many owners are able to get so much out of this hatch by adding a turbo or a supercharger. Add the fact that the torque is available almost from idle and remains strong all the way to its 6,500 RPM redline. They say that classics live forever, and this hatch is definitely iconic. It was only available in the United States for 1 year, and now, well, it's a classic. Only 500 units were shipped to the US, making the R32 hard to come across. And if you do manage to find one, I'm almost certain you won't find it stock. Untouched, well-preserved ones are practically museum pieces, garage queens, and you know, the ones owners feel guilty driving. Modern Golf Rs are also great tuner choices as they do come turbocharged, allowing you to unlock power at a relatively low cost. The next car is the Audi B5 S4. The slightly spicier version of the first generation A4. First available in Europe before making its way to the US a few years later. For whatever reason, us Americans always seem to get some of the best performance cars late. My guess is that the S4 didn't meet the strict federal emissions regulations enforced here in the US. Sure, the S4 has lots of potential tuning wise, but prepare to show it some attention. The S4 does not handle neglect very well. Honestly, it's not that difficult. Just spend all your time and money on it and you'll be fine. All jokes aside, the S4 is one beast of a car. For many Audi enthusiasts, there is no car more iconic than the S4. Upgrade the small K03 turbos for the K04s using the Audi RS4 and the motor can handle anything you throw at it thanks to its 2.7 liter twin turbo V6 that came with forged internals from factory. With just the turbo upgrades, it's not unheard of the S4 making 480 horsepower with completely stock internals. If you're not looking for supercar slaying power, you can leave the engine untouched and go for a more budget option, a stage 1 tune that can yield lots of power within a matter of minutes. You'll be able to get an additional 65 horsepower, and the best part about it is it won't require additional supporting modifications. This is indeed one of the best German tuner cars of all time, right next to its competition, which was the E36 BMW M3. Which one would you rather own? Next car is a Volvo A50 T5 and T5R. Sure, slaying a supercar with a fast car is cool and all, but doing it with a car that has no business going fast is so much sweeter. In other words, if you're looking for a sleeper that has massive tuning potential, well, look no further. The Volvo A50 Ti is the perfect choice. I know they're old, but honestly, they're not too hard to come across since Volvo designed them with a lifespan of 500,000 miles in mind. It's no secret old Volvos were built to last. Performance-wise, the 2.5 liter turbo engine found in the A50 T5 produces 250 horsepower, while the T5R produces slightly more horsepower. Volvo doesn't typically tune their vehicles to maximize performance, which is where the tuning potential comes into play. Keeping the stock turbocharger equipped with the T5, you're able to get around 300 horsepower with proper tuning. But many owners advise against that since you'll be pushing the turbo to its limit as it can only handle up to 15 psi's and will wear out much faster. If you're looking for insane sleeper status, then upgrading the stock turbo to the 18T or the 19T turbo is a must. Combine that with large amounts of aftermarket tuning parts available for the 8050 T5 and the sky is the limit. Choose the modifications wisely and you can easily have a supercar chaser. Some of you might remember the reactions the 850 wagon got during the British Touring Car Championship. 2 of them were entered into the race. You can see them taking curves on 2 wheels. You know Volvo was just doing that for attention with this stunt. The 4th European tuner car is the BMW 335i, preferably the N54 engine. And for those that haven't been around since the beginning of my channel, I actually own a E93 BMW 335i myself. So of course I'm being biased by including this car on the list. I'm kidding. Well, not really biased. The truth is that the BMW 335 is bursting with tuning opportunity. Popularity has grown in recent years for the 335 platform since they are so much easier to find at an inexpensive price. Whether you decide to go for the earlier models equipped with the N54 engine or the later N55 model, you'll be able to get big horsepower gains with minimum effort. A simple stage 1 JB4 piggyback tune can get you nearly 100 horsepower with stock internals. Think about that for a second. The 335 already comes stock with 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. And for less than $500 you can gain an additional 100 horsepower? Sign me up. Take it a little further by installing a bigger intercooler, aftermarket downpipe, charge pipe, and a dual cone intake along with a stage 2 tune, and you'll be well into supercar performance territory. I personally know some tuners pushing 700 wheel horsepower, which I tend not to take a ride in since I really don't want to die. Unlike other high-end performance sports cars where reliability can be an issue when it comes to finding replacement parts, the N54 engine found in the BMW 335i was featured in many other BMW vehicles starting from year 2007, making replacement parts much more accessible and fairly inexpensive. I might actually start modding my 335 soon and introducing it to the channel, maybe like a transformation series. Let's see what I do. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something you guys would love to see. The next car is the Saab 9.3 Aero. I believe it's the fastest accelerating car Saab has ever built. Correct me if I'm wrong. Its engine does produce some impressive power. It carries a 2.8 liter turbo 6 that produces 250 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque. The best part about the torque is that it peaks at a relatively low RPM level, giving the driver massive pulling power across all speed ranges. And just like the Volvo, the engine equipped in the 9.3 Aero is heavily underutilized and it appears to be able to handle much more boost than it comes with. A J2W or V-Tuner stage 1 tune can get the 9.3 Aero to 320 horsepower and 409 pound-feet of torque. That's a gain of 70 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque off of a simple tune that only costs you a few $100. But of course, I'm sure I speak for most car enthusiasts when I say we want more. Well, that's always the case when you modify your car. Increasing performance becomes so addicting. Upgrade the intake, injectors, turbo, clutch, downpipe, and midpipe, and you'll have more power than recommended for a front-wheel drive car, as torque steer starts to become an issue. Over 400 horsepower to be exact. It's a shame that Saab doesn't exist in the automotive industry anymore. I really do think if they made a return, they would do quite well. 6th and final European tuner car is the R56 Mini Cooper S. I'll get this out of the way first. Straight line speed wise, it'll be extremely hard to get a Mini Cooper S to keep up with a supercar, but when it comes to tuning one specifically for handling, it can compete. This well-engineered car was reintroduced by BMW back in 2001 and surprisingly sold very well. It was perfect for those that wanted a car that was very fun to drive while being packaged with a retro style design. Unlike the Cooper S released before 2006, the R56 ditched the supercharger in favor for a fuel-efficient turbocharger that surprisingly produced more power. The R56 Cooper S came equipped with a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine that produced 173 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. While that might not sound like a lot, remember the Cooper S is a very small car that feels more like a go-kart when driving. There is one thing many owners do complain about the Cooper S, and that is that it makes a terrible car for long distance driving because of its tight suspension tuning from factory. Can you imagine how worse it gets when you decide to tune it? Anyways, if you like retro looking cars, well, the Mini is one of the best, and it's arguably one of the most fun cars to drive from this list. Remember guys, if you're interested in purchasing my limited time only merch, link will be in the description below. Not only will it help support the channel, but you'll also end up with a pretty sweet shirt. As always, if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss out on my next upload. What European tuner cars do you think I missed out on? Comment below, let me know what that is. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Well, here's a European Well, here's the European version.